What if we could understand our health, not from a single snapshot in time, but from a continuous movie of our daily lives? Well, we're about to dive into a pretty revolutionary new way to do just that, collecting our body's hidden data right from the comfort of home.
I mean, think about it. The last time you went to the doctor, you got a test, you got a number. But does that one little data point, captured in a kind of sterile, maybe even stressful environment, really tell the whole story of how your body works in the real world? Probably not.
Right. Our bodies are just different out there. The stress of a clinic, that artificial setting, it all changes our physiology in subtle ways. The whole idea behind this new research is that to get a true picture of our health, we've got to collect data where life actually happens, at home, in our element. So this brings us right to the core problem. Let's break down why that traditional lab-based data so often gives us an incomplete picture.
Okay, so the issues really boil down to three things. First, you get biased samples. I mean, if you can't easily get to a lab because of work or where you live, you're just left out of the research. Second, these lab environments, they just don't capture how we really act. It's not ecologically valid, as the researchers say. And finally, a lot of the clinical tools, say for autism, just tell you if you hit a certain benchmark. They don't show how you compare to the full natural range of human behavior.
So if going to the lab is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's actually brilliantly simple in concept. You just bring the lab home to the person.
And this is it, the lab in a box. A research lab literally packages up everything you need: wearable sensors, a webcam, simple instructions, and mails it right to a participant's house. It's a complete recyclable kit designed to make remote research easy.
And the process itself? It's incredibly straightforward. The box gets shipped to you, a researcher jumps on a call to guide you through a virtual setup, you do the tasks, your data gets uploaded securely to the cloud, and then you just pop everything back in the box and ship it back. It's a simple, elegant, and really inclusive cycle.
Okay, so collecting all this real-world data is one thing. That's only half the battle, right? How in the world do you make sense of all of it? This is where we get to the secret sauce, a totally new way to look at all these personal data streams.
You see, the old way, the traditional way, is to compare you to some big population average. It's a one-size-fits-all model. But this new approach, it does something fundamentally different. It's not about how you stack up against everyone else. It's about discovering your own unique biological pattern, your personal signature.
Now, if you were to look at the raw data streaming in from these sensors, you'd think it was pure chaos. It just looks like a messy, unreadable, squiggly line of noise. How could you possibly get anything useful out of that?
Well, here's the breakthrough. A new statistical method can sift through all that chaos and find something absolutely incredible hidden inside, a unique, stable, personal signature. It doesn't ignore the noise, it realizes the noise is the signal.
This technique is called micro-movement spikes, or MMS. And think of it this way. Traditional methods just average out all the tiny little fluctuations from your body, writing them off as random error. MMS does the exact opposite. It zooms in on those fluctuations, realizing they aren't noise at all. They're the unique fingerprint of your nervous system in action.
So, that's the theory. But how does it actually play out with real-world results? This is where we get to see the really clear, tangible findings.
Okay, this visualization is just stunning. What you're seeing are the tiny, involuntary micro-movements on someone's face while they're just sitting at rest. Look on the left at the neurotypical individual. The pattern is kind of structured, contained. But on the right, for an individual with autism, the pattern is way more dispersed, almost like a cloud. You can literally see the difference in their neurological fingerprint. It's amazing.
And it's not just something that looks cool. The research confirms what our eyes just saw. The paper states, flat out, that with this method they can statistically separate the two groups based on these digital signatures. So this isn't just a fascinating picture, it's a real, quantifiable digital biomarker.
And it's not just limited to facial movements either. Here's another application: voice analysis in Parkinson's disease. Just by analyzing the dynamics of how someone speaks, they found a huge statistical difference between neurotypical folks and Parkinson's patients. It's another hidden signature revealed.
This analysis goes even deeper, right down to our autonomic nervous system, the stuff we don't consciously control. When they looked at cardiac signatures, the data showed that individuals with ASD tend to have higher noise in their heart rhythms and clear signs of increased sympathetic activity. It's like their system is constantly stuck in overdrive. These are physiological differences you could easily miss with traditional methods. So you put all this together, and what does it mean for the future? Let's kind of zoom out and look at the new horizon this really opens up for all of our health. The benefits here are just enormous. You're talking about more inclusive research because you're removing all those barriers to getting to a lab. This paves the way for truly personalized treatments, tailored to your unique biology, not some population average. It lets everyday people get involved in science. And this is a big one. It helps create better biologically inspired data to train our AI models, which could help reduce the biases that are baked into our current systems. Ultimately, what we're looking at here is a fundamental shift. It's a move away from that one-size-fits-all medicine and toward a future that is truly personalized, built on the unique data your own body is generating every single second. And that just leaves us with a final question to ponder. We spend so much time looking for answers in complicated lab tests and external data. But what if the most important clues to your health, to your condition, and to your potential are already there, hidden in the subtle, unseen patterns of your daily life, just waiting to be unlocked?